Let me get my recovery breath back. Oh, shit. I was going to sit down on the bench just to recover then, but I really should have stopped at the shop and got a drink for that. But if I had done, then I wouldn't have been able to have done what I've done from the shop all the way to the top of the hill using the curbs. Wow. God, my mouth feels like Gandhi's flip-flop. I'm going to have to get a way of carrying fluid on me without it banging around and jumping up and down. So Rizzy's permanently out, so I'm probably going to have to carry one of them camel satchels where I can just suck at it when I'm pissing about just to keep the fluid going. And it is so damn important to keep my water intake up when I'm doing this. Seriously, God, all those years and years and years and years of my mum getting me to do bloody reebok fucking box step. And if anyone remembers reebok box step, it was an aerobics class that you used to have a reebok step, and you used to basically touch step and do aerobics. And I was doing this from the age of 17. I think my mum gave me my first ever reebok box step. And then it was the Billy Banks Tybo workout videos. And I've just sort of gone down the hill and up the hill, but using the curbs just to be able to sort of like do a bit of my dancing, but use the curbs and stuff. No one's around. I ended up with a couple of the kids at the bottom earlier on, and then everyone decided to shout at a dog, and I've had to get someone to recall their dog. But yeah, I mean, isn't it quite funny? When you get to 44, coming into 44, I'm like really close to 44. And so many people go through life trying to go, yeah, but that's my past. Yeah, that's my past. Yeah, that's my past. And everyone tries to fragment themselves from the past. Because unfortunately, we all have good and bad memories, don't we? So it doesn't matter. In the past, you will probably hold on to most of the bad memories. So therefore, you want to suppress the past. But with that, you take away the good memories. And when I was a kid, my mum used to always get me to do this fucking box step. I know Sandra's just come on, and I don't know, Sandra, do you remember Reebok box step? So I was sweating. I can't wait to get my jacket off. I've just literally gone take Eleanor out for her last sort of like 10 o'clock night at walk. But now I'm feeling really, 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 really sort of like pumped up to go down to the Guildhall at 1 o'clock tonight, because I'm feeling far more confident. Kids that are watching me are going like, you're fucking sick. And that's really cool. And also, I've had this dance teacher come back saying like, look, I'm so glad I've got hold of you. And I'm so glad I've got this opportunity to sort of like work with you. And he wants us to work one-on-one to work on this piece for all these EDS specialists. Because I want to show the EDS specialists what people with EDS really truly are behind the diagnosis, behind the condition. And what we could still be with the right physio, with the right personal trainer, with the right people. Instead of people going, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that. People that are going, right, you're going to need to work this muscle, this work. You're going to have to work on your hips. You're going to have to work on your shoulders. So I've literally just come up and down the hill with Eleanor running with me, literally going up on the steps. I might be able to show you a bit. Hang on a minute. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I'll do it without music because obviously you've got me music. Hang on, we come down closer to mine because there's a thing. There's lights there, so if I had my headphones on. So, do you remember Kirby? Do you remember you used to play Kirby and you used to play against the curbs? And I was always really good at Kirby. So anyway, I've completely fucking knackered myself out, like totally knackered myself out. So EDS aside, children that are being trafficked aside, campaigning aside, fighting for our fucking adversary aside. If you remember... let me just show you something. I can't talk. Is my friend's door open? I don't want to hear me, right? So, who remembers this? And it was, yeah, all this stuff, yeah? So I'm going to pretend I've got music on for a minute. So I've been going down the curb, sort of going... Yeah. So I've been popping and jumping around to my music, doing all that sort of stuff. So I have to say thank you to my mum for forcing me to do fucking Reebok box step and Billy Banks tie bow and all this sort of stuff. So right up until Aaron and Faith were taken, I've always been in the gym. I've always been at aerobics. I've always been at these classes. But I'm going to go home and I'm going to wish I could have a bath and chill out. But I'm not. I can feel it brewing. I can feel me going bigger, harder, faster and stronger than I have ever been. With my neck is killing me. It's not killing me. What it feels like, it's like all in the back of the nape of the neck here, and it feels like Braxton Hicks contractions if you were in labour with the cervix. So when you feel that labour pain in your cervix, it's what I feel in my neck, and all my neck's going into spasm now. I'm absolutely sweating my tits off. I've still got my jeans on, so that's just hurt my hip as well. I'm gonna fight. When I used to go out with my mate, people used to go, I thought like her body does all this stuff, and she used to go, it does. And I'd be dancing on the dance floor and they'd go, how can she do that? And they go, you want to see her tomorrow? She'll be laying in bed paying for it in the morning. And even Dean does, he goes, why do you do it? You're going to pay for it in the morning. And he'll know, he'll come in, he'll go, why do you do it? You're going to pay for it in the morning, and it's us that's got to cope with it. And Graham used to say the same to me about playing netball. And he used to go, why do you sort of build yourself up just for netball on a Tuesday and Thursday? And I used to go, because it's what I've got left. Because when you're a mum and a cleaner and a cook, and Dean does most of the cooking, and doing all the shopping and being with all the kids and teaching them to ride a bike and swimming and playing toy soldiers and playing with ants and gnats and stuff like that, mum gets taken over and the person behind it gets so lost. And even with having children, I had children so young, so my children sort of grew up with me along the side of whatever it was I was going to do as my career and my field. So, but for me, it was always psychology. And the reason that it was always psychology and personal development is because I always had these people trying to gaslight me all the time, trying to tell me I'm this, I'm that, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I've been fighting not being on pain management since 2003, when I first ever went on to cannabis and then CBD oil and then aloe vera juice, spirulina, and then getting further and further and further into naturopathy and things like that. So I don't want to go back to those places. So I'm going to pay for it. I know I am. But at 1:30, I'll go in. I'm doing it. I find that the police, if the police were to do with me last night, they now know that obviously when I'm out and about, because obviously I'm a single woman, blah, 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 blah. And they know I don't trust anyone with my kids. So if I'm out and about, of course, people are going to be going, hang on a minute. They're going to be trying to see whether the kids are on their own. How would you think I'd stand out here if my children are in that house on their own? Really? Of course, Dean is there. He's not always here. You know, he's only here when, you know, he's here. We're trying to move forward. We're trying to build things. We're trying to, but I'm not in a position. Even today, we've had a bit of a thing over whether the boys could come out on the balcony, because Dean's one of these boys go to bed at 7:30, and I'm going, but what's the point of me homeschooling if you're going to make me live to the systematic ways with the boys? If Shiloh's inspired to go out on his bike, because obviously he's riding with no stabilisers, and it's only, 10-15 minutes before bed, I don't really see a problem with that, because he's inspired to do it at that particular point, so let him do it. You know, so obviously, you know, Shiloh won and got to go out on his bike, and he went to bed much happier for it. But in that midst, it was still, right, well, I'll leave. So I'm like one of them people that go, I'll build my independence myself. I'm not somebody who was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, even if said, you know, whatever bloodline may be, or however state hierarchy works, whether you're at the top, middle or bottom, you know, what is this a game of? What's that game? Oh, seriously, it's really, really, really hurting up in my neck now. I'd still do it if they put me in a neck brace, you know. Even if they do say, Kelly, you've got to go into a neck brace, and actually show me the upright MRI scan and say, look, this is the tip of the cerebellum, it is down, and you do definitely 100% have cranial instability, we've got to stabilise your neck, and yes, you are a surgery case. It still won't stop me dancing. Even if they say to me, Kelly, well, you're past it now, your spine's so damaged, you're going to have to go into a wheelchair, blah, 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 blah. I'd have to get someone to fit some really flashy lights to my wheelchair, and I'd have to find a way of dancing on my wheels, and I really would. Anyway, this year, obviously this week, whatever it is, coming up to May, cancer research is using wheel skates and everything like that. I'm not into cancer research because there is already a cure for cancer. They know this. Just as there probably is a stabilization and management for hypermobility EDS. I don't know. All I know is I fucking love it. I buzz off it. That was fun. I really enjoyed myself. I don't give a shit if the trolls turn around and go, oh, Aunt Alison, do me a favour. You read that bloody website that this is out on me, because these people are writing and sending in all. They've actually put on the website. So these are your nieces and this is your nephews, yeah, and I'm your niece. And these people are actually getting people to ring social services to put in reports and things like that. So let me just move my dog out of the way. So yeah, if you have a look at it, that'd be really good. Just let my neighbour go past quickly. Yeah. So yeah, if you could have a look at it, because I think it would explain to a lot of people. I haven't been the one causing it. There's been somebody out there doing it. So I'm on it. It's being dealt with. But I just need somebody in the family to go, that ain't bloody true. And you've seen Elijah and Shiloh, and you know that they don't wear braces on their knees and arms. And even if they had to, it's nobody else's business, but they actually don't. It just proves that they're blatantly lying. But anyway, I just had a lot of fun. I'm going to go in and I'm going to see how I feel at 1:30. But I got someone coming out to video it all soon. And I've got somebody else who's also going to take over the hip-hop dancing. So obviously there's a little bit of mix of ballet, contemporary hip-hop, my skating and everything else. So it's a bit of an all-of-me thing. And then we're going to put a bit of a video together with why it's so important to me to keep pushing through the condition that I have and not giving in to my limitations and getting this management plan right, you know, with the swimming, the training, martial arts, everything. And it's the whole of me. And the irony is I'm really good at what I do because my mum used to make me do Reebok box step. If it wasn't for Reebok box step, mate, I wouldn't be one of these people like this. Catch you later. Oh, my hips are hurting. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck, I'm going to pay for this in a minute. I really want a bath.